yours. It's up to you. The image that you put out is exactly what you're going to get back in your chair. I had a lot of stylists who wanted to specialize in trends, such as quick weaving or extensions, and that's all fine and dandy. One of the bad things about it is the fact that um, when you specialize in a trend, you basically cut yourself off uh, to a very short career. Trends come and go, but all these trends are based on the fundamentals of styling, the fundamentals of cosmetology, everything that you learn in hair school. One of the most important things you can do in hair school is to pick up that book and really, really sit down and break it down to where you understand exactly what it's saying. There's so much knowledge in that book that it can be overwhelming at times. But one of the problems that I had as an instructor was to make the students understand that this is what you're here for. The majority of stylists that come to school now have been doing hair at home, or some of them even in a salon, for up to five years. One of the problems that we're having as instructors is how can you explain to somebody that you're doing something incorrectly if it's fed them and their family for years, for those 5 years. It's maintained a lifestyle that they wanted. Now that they come into the professional part of the industry, they don't understand that some things have to change. Some of those things have to be services that you have to let go. I think one of the biggest atrocities that has happened in our industry in the last couple of years is the introduction of quick weaves into the salon. I understand the purpose of them. I understand the simplicity of them. But I also understand that as a professional, someone who is licensed, that a quick weave is not something that you should be promoting or doing in your salon. You, as a stylist, should learn the tactics of going in and measuring the hair and placing it where it needs to be, and changing things up and personalizing that hair for that customer. The worst thing about quick weaves is most of them, you can tell that they're a quick weave, and most people don't need them. Um, and when we glue the hair in by using an adhesive, we have a problem getting that adhesive out. We usually have a lot of problems with the damage that is left after that. The stylist of the new millennium, what will make you your most money and what will promote you and make you a really, really good stylist is healthy hair. Once the trend leaves, there's usually a lot of damage that's left behind. This is one of those trends. Flat irons is another one of those trends. If you've noticed, we've come out with some products, and the industry has come out with some products that will also not just bring the hair into a healthier state, but it will take it almost back to a structure that can handle the other services that we do. Everything that we do in our industry damages hair. Let's be real about it. We damage more hair than what we fix. But that is part of what our job is. So what we do as professionals is we can minimize that damage because of how we work, because of the tools that we use, the temperature settings that we know. They're not paying you for the actual product that you're putting on the head. They're paying you for the service that you've rendered. They're paying you for taking care of them for that short period of time. You know, one of the saddest things in our industry is a lot of us don't even take the time to know what our customers' names are anymore, and not realize how much you affect their lives and how much you're in their lives. If you go into their home and you look on the mantle at the majority of the photos on the mantle, if they're professionally done, 9 times out of 10 you did the hair for those photos. Young kids, you did some of their first haircuts. To watch a child grow and see them on a monthly basis, to inspire them, that is also our job. To give these kids some good advice, to not just be a technician, but to also be a stylist. You see, being a stylist has more to do with dealing with the customer than it does with doing the actual technical work. The technical work is easy. When I went to school, I knew nothing about hair. Everything that I know to this day, I've learned, and that's important. So many of us have a tendency to stop going to classes, to stop going to shows, to basically find ourselves at home because we're tired of from the work that we've done at the salon. Uh, I know a lot of stylists, and I didn't even know even when I was behind the chair, one of the biggest things was I could make a lot of money, but I really never had time to enjoy it. Uh, and that's important. You have to enjoy what you do, and there has to be a reward for that. And it can't just be existence. It can't just be paying your bills. It has to be something deeper than that. It has to be a love for this industry again. There has to be a love for this industry. And I think that if we can uh, pool our resources and commit to the goal of increasing the knowledge in this industry, uh, teaching the person next to us what to do and what not to do, being that senior stylist. So many of us have given up on that. Uh, a lot of it is about just the money and the money that you make from the service. Well, I can tell you that money does dry up eventually. You won't be able to do the degree of services that you were able to do. Even with the change in the economy, a lot of licensed stylists and a lot of salon owners that I know are telling me that they've still, the business is okay, but they have had about a 30% drop in income, um, which most people don't realize that when they take a hit, we take a hit. Most stylists don't realize that when they take a hit, your customers take a hit, you take a hit. If you're in a town where the main industry that controls that town or that keeps revenue flowing in that town, if that main revenue is cut off, then there's very little left for uh, extras. And a lot of us hate to think of it, but in a lot of ways we can be extras. No one has to pay $50 to $60 for a haircut. They can go somewhere and get it for $6 and still have a decent look. Um, we're also seeing a trend where a lot of the older stylists that have worked in salons are either finding out that they can't retire now or they didn't have a retirement plan. Uh, and that's bad. Trust me, that's bad. Um, there's so many of us left with nothing when it's over. Uh, and it is a very, very hard business on your body. Most people don't realize that when they first start. They think that, okay, I'm going to learn how to do a couple hairstyles and learn how to do a couple haircuts, and that's it. You know, I'm good. I'm good. But the toll that's standing on your feet, some of the positions that we put our bodies in to do haircuts and to do hairstyling, take a toll on your body after a while. And once that toll has been taken, there's really not much you can do to correct those things. One of the things we can do as older stylists is to get into a good workout regimen, a good exercise program, make sure that our diet is good. One of the biggest problems in our industry right now is diabetes because so many stylists do not have an exercise program, do not take care of themselves, uh, especially the older ones, because we give so much of ourselves to our customers. But there's not much that we have left as we think to do for ourselves. Um, many nights we've woken up in the middle of the night wondering if one of our customers got the job that she was going for, or did they get caught up in the layoff that was going on in the industry that they're in, how they feel about the new jobs that are out there and what's out there to be created. Um, and it's a big responsibility for us. Not everybody has the money that they used to have to pay us. the